Hello lovelies, and welcome to another daily creativity with yours truly, Charlotte Burns. Now today's gone just a couple of minutes late, started a couple of minutes late because I'm expecting a couple of ladies who are probably going to walk in the door any minute, which is going to be interesting, maybe a little bit embarrassing for them, but that's okay. So get ready to say hello to a couple of ladies. But today what I wanted to do for National Scrapbooking Month was actually show you, well, try a technique that I have seen and done on a card, which is this very cute rip and roll technique. Now, you'll find a video of me doing this over on my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see how to do this. And I've used this month's stamp of the month, which is this one here. So you can do anything. So here comes my first lady, and it is the one, the only. Hello, Karen. I'm actually live, so you can say hello if you like, but she's possibly going to decline. Okay, hello. So there we go. Hi, Karen. So I'm going to have a go at doing this on a scrapbook page. So that's the first card that I made. And then I did make another one and add a very, very cute little penguin. Very simple technique, but let's see how we go. Now, I knew that I wanted to do it with just one photo, and I scoured through all my albums and came across this one because it was the only one on the page. I also knew that I wanted to do it on a landscape orientated album, so that's why I grabbed this one. But we're going to have just a look and see if you could do it on a portrait one as well. I've already grabbed out my little buddy because I just love penguins, so I thought that's a really cute one to put with that. And this is how we do it. So I'm going to sit down for a sec. All right, what I've done is I've taken a white piece of paper, because that's what you do with this, and I figured it's going to be a fairly plain page. I have cut this down because I wanted to back it onto something but leave a border. A couple of reasons for that, but I've cut it down to 11 inches by 11.5 inches. So one of the reasons I wanted to cut it down was when you look at the dimensions of the card, it's a fairly narrow border at the top and then large at the bottom. And I felt that if I had to do it on a full 12 by 12, I really wouldn't get the same effect. So that's why I cut it down a little bit. I was going to center it, and then I wasn't really sure if it was going to work better with the white all the way up against this edge and then the rip or not. So I've only taken 1/2 inch off this end. So let's just see. We're going to play as we go. All right. First of all, what I'm going to do is just have a look at where I want this to go, which I think roughly there is going to work well. So I'm going to leave my photo on the page, and at this stage it is just rough. For those of you who don't like ripping, be brave. That's all I can say. All right. We're going to start at 9 inches and tear across about 6 inches, and then again at 5 inches and tear across. So 9 and 5. Karen, can you remember that for me? Thanks, lovely. 9 and 5. All right, so we're coming down, we're going to do 9 inches. Now, with tearing, if you tear towards you, the one on the left is going to show the tear. So we're going to tear at roughly here, and I want it fairly straight. I don't want it all over the place too much. And I want to come in 6 inches. The best way for me to measure that 6 inches is actually just to keep holding my photo up against it. I could mark it with a pencil if I wanted to, but I'm just going to keep holding that up. Now, obviously, it's a lot bigger than doing it on a card. If you do this on a card, it's really easy to hold this small piece. So I am just going to persevere and keep ripping nice and straight. The other thing that I could have done if I wanted to was got my water brush and actually just done a line with my water brush to make this a bit easier to tear. So we're going to keep going. Depending on your photo, you could always stop before you get to the end of 6 inches, but because I've got my daughter's little hand here, I really do want to include that in there as well. So I'm just going to keep ripping. And we've got, yep, about 6 inches there. Beautiful. So just a little bit about this photo. This is my daughter, over 12 months old, asleep in bed with my husband, having a snuggle. Such a cute photo. Okay, so that was 9 inches. and the other one was 5. Now it seems to have come down a little bit, so just measuring this, what we want is to be able to tuck the photo up underneath the top. So we actually want that sitting underneath, and the bottom as well. So when I look at this, I really do want to rip right on 5 inches. So again, if I were to tear this one towards me, what's going to happen is this rough edge will actually be on this side, but I want it on this side, so I'm going to tear this one towards me, and that should work nicely. The other thing you can do if you're really scared of tearing is you can always just grab a ruler and tear along the ruler, but you won't get that organic look of tearing like I'm doing here. So I am just as scared of tearing as probably most of you, but we need to be brave when we're trying this sort of thing. All right, so I've got roughly there. I'm just going to check and make sure that the photo is going to fit. That has worked reasonably well, and it doesn't matter that it's on a bit of an angle. Now, this is the really important bit. You don't actually need to roll all of this. You can actually tear this off, like so. Tear it, cut it if you don't want to tear it, and then we simply roll. So I'm just going to bend the fibers of the paper to make it easier to roll, and I am rolling. So we roll this over like so. It's very different doing it on a scrapbook page, I will say that much. So there we go. Now that is rolled, I can grab my black back. It wasn't easy for me to choose black. I started with black, I then went to pink, then I went to blue, then I went to brown, and then I came back to black. So you really can use any color as a background. Let me position that roughly there, and you can see my tear. This photo is going to slide under there like that. So we're going to do it like that. And how awesome does that look? I think that looks pretty darn cool. What do you think, Karen? Yep, Karen's nodding in the background. So I want the photo lined up with the edge of the white, as I've done with this. You could always take it across and do it there, but I think it looks better lined up with the white. Do you agree with that, Karen? What do you reckon? With the white or up against the edge of the page? I think it really needs to be with the white. You could do it with the black. Karen's not saying anything.
Yeah. Oh,
you like it with the black?
Mm.
And I have seen cards done like that. So it's an option. I think because I've done the ripping all the way, I might leave it lined up with the white, but it's an option for you girls, guys. If you prefer it all the way up against the black, then go for it. All right, the next thing I need to do is decide if I'm going to put a border down this side, which I think I will. So I'm just going to nick over to my trimmer and quickly cut a 1/2 inch off. And then I can stick these down. So the first thing I need to stick down is the photo, which means that I really want to get this lined up really well. And I might even just leave it and then stick it all down, post a photo. But my plan is to, all you need to do with this is put some adhesive down here, and this is probably going to now run out of adhesive, isn't it? All right, there we go, good. So put some adhesive down on there, roll that up as loose or as tight as you like that. That will then stay as is. Now that's a little bit too high for me in my scrapbooking, so I'll probably come back, unroll that and redo it. Then I will stick my photo down, and then I'll go around and stick my page down, and then I will put my little penguin down there and just a tiny bit of journaling. So there you have it, ladies, the rip and roll technique like you've seen on a card, now done on a scrapbook. And I'm happy with just leaving that fairly plain because I really want the focus to be my gorgeous husband and daughter. All right, ladies, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you've missed any, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. Otherwise, they're all replayed on this Facebook page. As always, stay safe, keep crafting, and bye for now.